Good morning. I was just having a voice noting session with one of my friends who's in Dubai, one who's come back here from America, and really, actually, the theme was around the same thing. So I thought I'd come on here and have a quick mention about it because procrastination and doing things that delay, like action, has been like my biggest problem probably since COVID. Being in all honesty, like COVID completely put the brakes on for me and they've never quite come back off. And even though I've been doing stuff and people see that I'm doing stuff and I've been making progress and have been growing as a business, I mean, yesterday, I was just talking to my friend in Dubai about this. Yeah, yesterday I watched a video that Mr. Beast posted 10 years before. So he posted it in 2015. He had like 8,000 followers, hoping that within 10 years he'll have 1 million followers. And subscribers on YouTube, I mean. And when he got to his 10-year mark, I mean, the guy was at 8,000 followers. He's at like 400 million subscribers right now, at the moment, more than that. And multiple companies, multiple productions on, even on Amazon and stuff. And that was only 2015. That was only 2 years before I left the police, that this guy only had 8,000 followers, which is not much more than the subscribers that I have on my own YouTube channel now. And so I just think it's bonkers. Like, what have I been doing? I've been asleep at the wheel. Another example, Ben Francis, 2016. The guy's just starting off his Gymshark journey. You probably know of him. And the guy's worth over $1 billion. I think his company's worth now. Like, I'm sure he doesn't own it all probably now, but whatever. Like, it's huge. I think Stephen Bartlett, I don't know when he started out with his Diary of a CEO. I remember I used to listen to it years ago, but I think it was something like 2017 or something, 2018. And again, we're only 2026. Look at the progress of these people. And I think the difference is they just got on and done stuff like relentlessly without the procrastination. And the thing that I was talking to my friend about was, like, my other friend who's come back from the United States. He sold his business there. He's come back here now with his family. Was about, what was I talking about? I lose my train of thought. I haven't quite finished my first coffee of the day. Yeah, so he's literally come back. And when I say come back, he's like a few weeks ago. He's come back. He's created a new business. He wasn't quite sure what to do. He's worked that out now and he's moving forward with it. He's signing on a lease for a property that he needs. He's come back with a chunk of money from his business from America that he sold, and he's not from a business background. This guy's used to be in the army. He used to be one of my police colleagues back in the day. So it's not like he comes from that sort of stock at all. And that's what I was just talking to him about, is like, in all honesty, I know for the last few years, because I was a magistrate as well for the last 4 years, I had this like really weird underlying fear of not wanting to fuck up, basically. And I don't mean not fuck up as in like, oh, the business goes wrong. I don't care about that. I've started stuff and lost money left, right and centre. And made it all back again, like several times over. Like, that's not the issue. It's more of the fuck up with, if I do something that brings like the magistrates into disrepute for some reason. I don't know, if I fucked up something in business and it became a PR mess or a legal mess, whether it's civil or criminal. I just kept thinking, like, it's this weird sort of fear in me of like, that something could go really wrong and that I could get in a lot of trouble. And there's certain things, like, for sure I couldn't do. So, I'm very opinionated and I'm very strong with how I speak on certain things. And things like posts about policing, normally it's a load of bollocks, the stuff I'm reading, or crime and stuff like that, I have opinions on, and I would not be able to comment whilst I was a magistrate on those things, because obviously you couldn't. And the thing is, you just got to accept that, because they never came to me begging me to join them. I went and joined them. And so that's why I decided to leave. It's one of the reasons I decided to leave. I'm also going back to Dubai for a long time, and it doesn't work with me doing that. So it's just, I needed that freedom. But I think the point that I've literally forgot to say, which is the main point, is that at some point I was hiding behind my lawyers and my accountant, for example. I wouldn't deal with stuff directly, and that was slowing down my progress, for sure. Was slowing down my progress, because overthinking stuff, too worried about stuff, like opportunities have been flying by, getting past me, because I've been too slow to move, because I've been, relying on lawyers, relying on accountants to help me with my decision making. More recently, probably, which is really bad and I don't like it, is like relying on AI to help me with that sort of decision making process. That is something to be really careful of. I'll probably do more on that soon, because I think that can be really dangerous for humanity as a whole, but particularly young people. And my mate just made me think of that, because he sent me this message like last week, like literally a week ago. The guy didn't know what he was doing. This week, we're now Tuesday, he's got his plan in order, he's set, he's got a bloody lease he's going to be signing on, and he's ready to rock, like within the space of a week. And for me, I've just been dragging my feet. So that's what made me think about it, because that action part is what matters. That's how Mr. Beast, that's how Brian Francis of Gymshark, that's how Stephen Bartlett from the Diary of a CEO have got to where they have, is through just taking action and just getting on with stuff. And that's something I definitely need to get back to, because it wasn't like that before. If people know, when I left the police, how relentless I was with that, and yeah, it ended up in a massive failure. And I think that also contributed to like the fear side of me being a bit more risk averse with stuff, and I need to not be, because honestly it's going to prevent me from moving forward at all. And I've long made back what felt like a ton of money at the time. Like, I think I've put out in public, yeah. I lost there's about 70 grand that I had to pay back in debts for the company, and that I'd secured as a director's loan, basically. And I've made that back multiple times since then, but it's not like, at the time that was a lot of money for me. I had just become, I was a police officer. I was earning 40 grand a year before taxes were deducted, 45 grand. So that was a few years of money, if you look at after tax, all lost in one hit. So yeah, the main point that's made me think is about that taking action part, and that is something that I need to focus on. If you're still watching this, probably you need to focus on and stop overthinking stuff and just getting on with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and certainly don't do what I've been doing, is like hiding behind my accountants and lawyers to deal with stuff, because things just slow down.